Quilters are a generous bunch that will make a quilt to mark an event, to soothe an illness, to express art. We come together as a community in times of need, always looking for a reason to give a gift of warmth. Quilters are not sewers, we are creators. We are givers and even artists. We love the process, the legacy, and the accomplishment, but mostly we love the story. Every quilt has one.
Hi, my name's Tereica Kaumheimer. I live in Selah, Washington. I was born and raised in Moses Lake, Washington. Just kind of a little bit of background. In 1968, there were 6 of us kids and our parents were killed in a boating accident. And during that time it was very tough, obviously. But we had made a pact that we would always be there for each other no matter where we were. So family became very important to me. And I started quilting, I can't tell you for sure, 12, 15 years ago. It started out, I made a quilt for my great niece and decided, okay, well, that was fun, and started quilting quilts for my great nieces, and then I went up to my nieces and nephews and made them all quilts. And I've got like 60 relatives, just in the immediate family, so it was quite a few quilts. And when I got to my brothers and sisters, my husband looked at me and he goes, "You've got all this extra fabric. What are you going to do with the extra fabric?" So I did some brainstorming. What do? I'd done some bargellos and decided I can make my own pattern, which is kind of a little bit crazy. So I made a pattern with the bargellos with in mind. I was going to use all this scrap material I had left over. So I used a lot of it, and I chose all of the fabrics you see in the background came from all of the quilts from the nieces and nephews, great nieces and nephews, and the great greats. And so I started sewing. I cut everything in 2.5-inch strips and sewed the colors, all of the reds together. I sewed all the pinks and the blues, and then I kind of did the rainbow theme and started sewing these together, and there's actually 6 quilts. I'll show you a little. You aren't going to be able to see it very well, but the picture will show you. There's actually 6 quilts that go with this quilt here. And I started with my oldest brother Richard's quilt, and as his quilt finishes, the next quilt begins. So this is my quilt. At the end of my quilt here, which is this quilt here, I think, and that becomes my little sister Connie's quilt, the baby of the family. And so as I was finishing the 6th quilt, I was like, well, Connie is still connected to Richard. So I took her quilt, and where her quilt finishes on this back corner, if I took this quilt and moved it over here, it matches up with these lines on this side. And I called it the Archer's Infinity Bargello quilt. And then I presented it to all of my brothers and sisters in 2016. And of course, this is our family standing in front of our quilts.
Thank you for watching our video. We invite you to leave a comment, hit the like button, or better yet, subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. You can also visit our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or Pinterest pages, or find all of those things and our online store at fabricpatch.net.